combines everywhere. Not ideal meeting a lot of ambulances on a narrow road. BBC filming there, 2 combines going, and it's currently raining, absolutely typical. But we're pushing on, we're doing 13 acres an hour, you're only using 45% engine. Losses seem okay, so we'll push on a bit harder and see if we can keep up with that one. Rained off again. Been rained off, so we're putting all the straw in the sheds, getting it all in the right order because it's just been everywhere. So we've got barley, wheat, trailers are in the shed keeping dry, and hopefully when the rain's passed we'll get back out and finish that field of wheat we've started. This is the bit where we patched up the drain. Adam's just combined a gob full of soil and he's getting all the rubbish off the top of his cab because hopefully we've got someone coming with a drone to get a video of both of us working. If you look over there, that's the patch. And then this is the drill we patched up late on. It's not grown at all. And the steps. See. So, never matured at all, just didn't get going because of the drought. So that was a bit of Green Planet we're filming, so they wouldn't have ended up with anything particularly good actually in the end, even though they broke the camera. So anyway, we'll get going again with both of them, see what we can mop up. Steve Samosa's got his drone out over there. Got 2 tractors, 2 combines, 2 identical trailers, emptying on the run through the middle of the field. And for some reason now that belt's slowing down on the header. Hoovering it up. I don't know whether you can see on the camera, but we've got like spots of rain on the window, and the Welsh Hills in Liverpool have disappeared above them trees. You can just see a bit of a haze. So we've probably got about 5 minutes before it absolutely throws it down. So there's 2 of us pushing on as hard as we can to try and get this field finished before the rain comes. Well, finished the field. Finished off at like 26% moisture content. Instead of 15, but we're not good at this 15 this year. So we'll go and take our headers off and get back to the yard. I think unfortunately the demonstrator's going tomorrow. So back to cutting with just 1 combine, which will slow us down a bit. But it's been great to have it. Stop, so off we go again on another field. Get another one ticked off before it goes dark and rains again. Quick demonstration of the combine lights. Dark, daylight. Good that, isn't it? That's about it for today, but I'm going to put a video on now what the BBC took because it fills it out a little bit because I've not really had much chance to do much footage today myself. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like. See you later. Bye.
Now, over the last year, we have been following 3 farmers as they face challenges such as the pandemic, market prices and, of course, the weather. Well, a spring drought followed by persistent rain has resulted in the worst wheat harvest for 40 years. Our environment correspondent, Judy Hobson, has been back to see arable farmer Olly Harrison on Merseyside.
This is the social distancing cab cam.
In March, we filmed Olly sowing his spring wheat. But the crop hasn't done well.
Ideally, a wheat plant should have about that many tillers on it with nice big heads. Unfortunately, this is like sort of 3 wheat plants, and a lot of them are like this with very small heads, and they've basically aborted and not filled with grain.
The problem was caused by weeks of dry weather followed by constant rain, and the crop has grown slowly.
The day length's shorter to harvest them. Instead of us being sort of finished and now drilling the next crop of wheat for next harvest, instead we're trying to get this one out of the field and it just keeps raining.
It's unlikely to affect prices in the shops, but crops like this can hit farming businesses hard.
Got to put all the money into growing the next crop but we need the cash flow out of this one, so you know, normally it's just back to the bank and sort out some sort of overdrafts.
According to the Met Office, heavy rainfall is becoming more common, and 2018 was a difficult year too.
Devastating, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. Do you carry on? I don't know. I mean, we have other things going on as well as farming that sort of subsidise farming, really. And but if you get more yields like this, I don't really see why we need to bother farming. That's the reality.
Olly's diversification means he is faring better than some. He even dries grain for neighbouring farmers. But other crops have struggled too. This field of sweet corn was underwater 2 weeks ago.
Literally within 24 hours of it starting to rain, it just flooded so bad. So it's killed all this off, but luckily on the higher ground, it's still growing.
Times like this can be very difficult for farmers. Olly even recorded a video for a mental health charity encouraging farmers to talk.
Don't bottle it up, let it out, it's good to talk. Just talking to us and finding out that it's not something you've actually done wrong yourself does help. It's just farming. I mean, we do love doing it despite moaning all the time about the weather.
Like many farmers, Olly Harrison is always optimistic. Next year has to be better. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Tonight, Talbot Green.
It's been a really tough time for Olly, but you might remember a few weeks ago we actually featured Olly's sunflower maize, and there is some good news. He raised a staggering £50,000 for NHS charities, so well done to Olly for that.